my hair is starting to get longer and I'm like super excited about it. Maybe you guys didn't need to know, but I need to share that. Like, honestly, I loved my short hair. But also a fan of the long hair. All I feel like I ever do, oh my goodness, all I feel like I ever do is like grow my hair, cut it, grow it out again. Because I really like my long hair, but eventually I get sick of it. So anyways, welcome on in. Happy trucking. We're gonna be responsible and I guess stop here as I accidentally hit the gas. I hope you're doing well. We have ICB containers, which I have no idea what they are, but we got 27 hours to get them to where we're supposed to, but it's like a 9-hour trip, so we should make it quite easily. We're going from Portland to Missoula, and we're going to Missoula because we've never been. Which, if you know, you know, my current goal is to try to uncover as many cities as I can. And we're doing all right. Oh, is that light out? Oh, so let me just, oh, I think I just got a ticket for something. Probably 2 red light violations, to be honest. But yeah, it's we doing all right here. I'm having a good time exploring things, and I just realized, okay, like in the past I've tried to search, oh, that's a red light. Hey, I didn't take a ticket. In the past I have tried to search places I want to go, and I feel like it never worked. I haven't tried to search for a long time, and this time I saw there were a couple trips going and ending in Missoula. Hair in my mouth. But like they had like 2 trailers, and as if you know, me and 2 trailers, recipe for disaster. And like that's you know, that's me being very honest, considering most of the time I'm like, YOLO, if we crash, we crash. But anyway, I decided that we're gonna have to stop at this way station, aren't we? I decided that we're gonna avoid that if we can, so I just searched up Missoula and I found this trip, so we're going like east and I think a little bit north. I knew it. I could feel it in my bones. The last trip I did, we did not have to stop. I should probably slow down at the way station, and so I just felt like this time we would be. Boop. This is good. Hopefully we don't have to stop anytime soon, because we've done this without damage. Oh. But yeah, anyways, last trip we got a lot of speeding tickets, but we didn't really crash. Like, we had a couple hits. Like, I, you know, wanted to avoid a speeding ticket. Why'd you just literally stop in the middle of the road? That's why accidents happen. And because I'm on the road, but that's besides the point. Oh, speaking of me being on the road, it's June right now, but we have decided that in July I'm going to get my permit for driving. So I need to do some studying. Basically, I need to study my ATS videos, and anything that I do in them, I should not do IRL, obviously. Specifically, don't drive a big truck. Like, I think that's step 1. And so I'll get my permit hopefully within like the next couple weeks. We've been so busy, and we've had so much absolute chaos going on. I got really sick. Azrite had like a finger infection for a while that was kicking his butt, and he was on antibiotics, which were also kicking his butt. And now he's like, I don't know if this infection is gone. So that's been, it's just been a rough time, and so I didn't want to like add an extra thing to it, and so I've been like very hesitant. I mean, I definitely probably am like a little bit nervous because I don't want to, like, you know, get in a car accident or something. I will say, and this is going to sound ridiculous if you've watched these driving videos, okay? I will say I'm more concerned about other drivers than I am about myself, because when I turned 16, I did get my license and I was driving, and there were like a couple times when I almost was like driven off the road. And so I definitely have anxiety around that. But I have shared all these fears and concerns with Azurite. Also, oh, hello. Also, since then, I, you know, have very confidently driven around like gators and golf carts without killing anybody, forklifts, all that jazz, you know, again, without killing anybody. But for the most part, they were in places where you couldn't really run and accidentally hit anybody, because there weren't other vehicles around. You could hit things. and I did not hit things. But anyway, my biggest concern is other people, but I've shared all my concerns and stuff with Azurite, and I've said, you know, like, when I start learning how to drive, like, officially again, I want to do it in parking lots, in like abandoned parking lots to start, and then we'll go from there. When I was first learning how to drive, it was logging roads, as one does when, you know, you live a little bit more remotely and stuff. And so that was nice too, because there's nobody around there. But yeah, so it's like, start with parking lots, and then with like routes that we go on regularly, I think would be like the next best, because I think I have not been to the gym in, I'd say, since April. Maybe I've been once, which I knew was going to happen. I talked about this kind of at length. I knew that when push came to shove, and whenever we get busy, it's always my trips to the gym that fall off the wayside. Because, and like, especially now, the reality is because Azurite now ends work at 8:30 instead of 6:30, it doesn't seem like a huge difference, that 2 hours, but that 2 hours is now when people are like waking up for the day and stuff, and he has a harder time getting to sleep at that point. And all that too. So then he has to, instead of like being able to sleep from, oh God, from when he got off work until like 2:30, maybe 3, and being fine, he's having to sleep till like, to be fine, he's having to sleep till like 4:30 and 5 at night, just to get like enough sleep, which like obviously like that's a huge part of the day taken. And like normally, like if he could get up at like 2:30, or like sometimes too, like he could get up at noon and be fine because he had gotten like 5-ish hours sleep by that point. But now it's like by the time that he's getting up and like ready to do things and like move out the day, it's too late for me to go to the gym because I'm either streaming or I'm making dinner or whatnot, usually making dinner and stuff. So that, I think one of the main reasons that he's really been adamant that I sign up so he can take me to get my permit is so that I can eventually drive myself to the gym, so I don't have to miss out on the gym. That's kind of what my thought is on this, what I suspect. And like, it'd be nice to, like, if he has to sleep or whatever, like I can I could bring the littles to extracurrics. Oh my God, could you drive any faster? I could bring the littles to extracurrics and stuff, or like, you know, whatever. We currently are I'd say we're a 1-car, technically we're a 2-car household because Azurite's mom lives here and she has a car too, but she smokes in her car, so I can never drive that. I would die. But like for the two of us, we like a 1-car thing, and like we've talked eventually about like getting another one. He really wants to get a minivan, and I was like, why don't we just trade in your car and get a minivan if you really want a minivan? Because like I'm down for a minivan. Minivans are great, especially like with the captain seats in the middle row. Like, sign me up. So like that'd be nice. Because he's like, I'll give you the car and I will take the minivan. I'm like, I'll fight you for that minivan. But anyways, that's just, you know, that's where we're at. So like, I assume that the goal is eventually so that I could like, I wouldn't be able to drive the littles to school, because the reason that I bring them to school is because Azurite gets off work after they have to be at school. But if I want to, I could pick them up in the car once I can drive and like bring them places. But like the reality is, like, I'm like, the reality is like, I think it'll be a while before I like would feel confident to have anyone besides myself, except for like, you know, when I'm learning in the car, you know. Because like I remember one of the, I think it was the first time I came to visit, we went go-karting, and both the littles were too small, so they had like side-along go-karts, so like the adult could drive and then the kid could be in the side. And the entire time I was like, good Lord, he trusts me to drive this vehicle and not flip us and injure both of us, mostly, you know, the little I was like horrified. But I mean, I think like me like having concerns about that is you know what's valid. Like I'm gonna be careful because I have concerns. But yeah, anyway, so like yeah, that's why I like driving in ATS, because it's not real. But I was thinking actually earlier, so when I got my steering wheel, which honestly best purchase of last year for me, I think. Yeah, this year it might just be the 3D printer, but we'll see. The year's not over yet. But best purchase of last year, I think for me personally, was probably this steering wheel and pedal set, because I love it so much. But at the same time as I got this, Azurite got a VR, and like the VR has been used like a few times and stuff, but like just not as much as this. And I feel bad that like I think I feel bad that I'm getting like such good use out of this, whereas he's not getting as much good use out of that. I don't know. I know he can use it at any point. I actually, I can't remember if I feel like I probably told the story, but before we had the 3D printer, this was last year. This was for this was for his birthday last year. I had found a cute little ghost 3D printed thing that could hold the VR on its head, and then had little slots in the back for the remotes, the controllers. I'm like, that is absolutely fantastic. I ordered it. It was supposed to be here by his birthday, so I ordered it in like April of last year. His birthday's in June. Didn't make it, didn't hear anything, and I was like, what the heck? And so finally I ended up, you know, submitting for, like, I reached out to the seller multiple times, like 2 or 3 times, with no response besides an automated, I'm away right now, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And so finally I put in for a refund, because I was like, this is ridiculous. It's been like 6 months, and I can be patient, but without any without any feedback or anything about what's going on, like, oh god, what am I supposed to do? And so I got my refund and everything, and then I want to say like another couple months passed, and I get a message from the seller, and they said, I'm so sorry. Life kind of hit me really hard, like health issues or family issues or whatever. And I absolutely and completely dropped the ball on so many orders. And I'm so sorry this happened. If you want to order from me in the future, I would give you a good discount for it. And I was like, you know what? Why not? The discount that she gave me was like 85%. It was insane. And so I was like, fantastic. And I was like, oh my god, that's like so generous. I'm like, thank you so much. Like, I'll leave you a review, of course, because like obviously I understand that thank god we can bypass that, as a result of this health thing or family thing or whatever that she's going through, her shop tanked. And so I was like, I got you. So anyways, I got like a really cool like VR stand thing. The littles like to play it like occasionally, but like not all the time. I would really like to play it a lot, but I just like, I want to play Beat Saber, but I want to play Beat Saber where nobody's going to watch me. So I need to do that at a time when everybody's sleeping. Which the reality would be, or when nobody's around. So it'd be like when Azurite's sleeping and the girls are in school. And so unfortunately we got a couple months without that at this point. But I really love Beat Saber. I also like, me and my motion sickness, Beat Saber's pretty okay because it's like a stationary thing, but I feel like any games where I would have to like move about, I would really struggle. But like, I love the idea of, I don't know if you guys seen like those like VR treadmills. That's like a disc that you like stand in, and you have like special shoes, and so you like walk and it like moves you in game, which I think is the coolest thing ever. And I've seen so many people like, I'm gonna walk through Skyrim for exercise, and I think that's so cool. And yes, could I go outside? Yes. Has it been like 35 degrees Celsius and like 100 plus Fahrenheit? Yes. I don't want to go outside in that. Oh my goodness, I went outside. Where the heck are we going? I think this is right. I went outside the other day when it was like pretty hot out, just to bring out the recycling, and I was like, I can barely breathe because like the air is so thick. But I survived, obviously. Speaking of thick air, i.e. humidity, see that transition? Fantastic. So I have a 3D printer, right? And I didn't bother to get a desiccant or anything when I first got it, because The humidity was relatively okay. We were sitting like consistently at a B level for the wetness. So it goes like A, B, C, D. And then all of a sudden, I think when it started to get hotter out, it started to get more humid. And it went from that, because I looked, and like in the area like where I live, like it's normally like it's between 30 and 80% humidity depending on the time of the year. And so it suddenly was consistently at C and starting to more consistently hit D. And whoops, I didn't realize that was a cop, or I would have hit him. Anyway, and so that just means that you have a higher chance of your print failing and stuff. And so there are things that you can, so we have an AMS, which is like an automatic material system, I think is what it stands for, which basically means we can load 4 different colors or types of filament, or the same. And it'll just switch. Like if you've got a black that's about to run out and you put in a new black and you let it know it's black, if the black runs out, it'll just switch to the other black. It's really cool. So you don't have like weird loosey-goosey bits of your filament at the end, because it just uses it all. But anyway, it was starting after the D, and so there's like things that you can print that you can put in the AMS that will give you more that holds desiccant, so then you can like dry that out. So I ended up printing is like 3 big things and 2 small things, and then I got this like alumina desiccant stuff. I don't know. Listen, I have people who know stuff about 3D printing, and I just ask them questions, and then they tell me, and I go, okay, thanks, and I buy the thing. So I did that, but they're very good at not just being like, here, get this. They are like, here, get this for these reasons, and I prefer this for these reasons, which I appreciate. So I got that, and I didn't check it that day. I ended up not printing anything until the following day, and when I checked it again, down to A. And like I don't think I had ever truly like consistently hit A with like the humidity. So like I'm so jazzed. And it's so nice because now we're not getting as many of like little stringy things, and like, oh my goodness, although we did have like so, we're just all over the place. Okay. 3D printers, if you didn't know, there's new ones that are coming out that don't do this so much, but basically if you have a 3D printer that can print multiple colors from like the AMS or something, there's typically a lot of waste, because it will print with say like black, and then if it needs to change to red, it will go over, it will pull back the black filament, it will bring down the red filament, and then it will extrude filament for a time until all the black is gone and it's just red, so that it's not like, oh, here's your red spot, but there's some black in it for no reason or whatever. Oh, we're in Idaho now. So that's what it does, which is like super cool. But as a result, there's like a little hoop basically, and it'll have like both colors, and it goes down a chute, and then it goes into like it goes out the back of the machine, which is why you should have something like a catcher or a poop chute. And I had a box for the longest time, a filament box that I cut down that was working absolutely perfectly, except then I started to print a lot of things that had different colors, so it was pooping more than it had been, because oftentimes I just print like single color things. And I didn't realize that the box was filling up, and then the chute that is supposed to come out was filling up, and then it was like causing issues, and there was like melting happening instead of just like the little coils, and I'm like, what is happening? And then I realized the problem, so then I printed a fancy poop chute, except the problem is I need to screw it onto the back of the machine, and I don't have long enough screws at this point. So I just went, oh. And so instead I used the part that's supposed to be the chute to go down to the box to just jam it against the wall so that the chute sits where it's supposed to. Which I might never bother screwing this to the machine, because I don't have like super easy access to the back of the machine. So if I had to like lift up the box to unhook it from the chute, if it was screwed to the machine, might be a bit of an issue. So we'll just kind of see how it goes for now. The nice thing about this is it looks nicer, and I think it's a little bit higher, because I did have when I cut down the box, I probably cut it down a little bit lower than it needed to be. So anyways, I finally printed like the 2 things that I should have. I finally did the 2 things I should have done when we first got the machine, which was the desiccant holders and getting the desiccant and the poop chute. But we finally did it. It's good. I've really been enjoying printing things. I've done, especially with the littles being out of school, I've been trying to print like some like learning things like there's some puzzles that I've printed, which have been really cool. And then there's been like some things that you can like build together, and that's been really neat. Is that cop? Oh, thank goodness. And so I've oh my God, I'm going so fast. I just realized I was going like 30 over. So I've really been enjoying doing that, because it like, oh, and tops, like spinning tops. I can't remember. I might have talked about this the last time I recorded. I don't think so, but I might have. But they're like Beyblades, but they're not Beyblades, but like that's like what they call them. And it has been so fun. They're just like, they've just got like their tops, but then they have like a launching system, and it has been like so much fun to just like mess with those. And then I built like a little Beyblade whatchamacallit, a little Beyblade arena. There's some other arenas that I've been thinking about doing, but like I don't know, I haven't found one that I'm like, oh yes, this do be the one. So we'll see, because I wouldn't mind getting a bigger one, because the one that we have is a little bit small. I think I might be able to size one up a little bit and still print it in the machine without having to like slice it. But like maybe I could like take this one and like make it really big and slice it into like 4 plates, you know? Don't really know. I only recently glued my first thing. Oh my God, we're in Montana. The other day, this was the very, oh my God, we're gonna crash. Give me a minute. This guy, Dratini, he's the very first guy that I printed that I actually had to glue together. Azurite helped me with his little like flutes here. Oh my God, because I didn't quite have them uncentered, but like, isn't he so cute? He's giving rubber ducky vibes, and I think that's why I love him so much. So that's been cool. These like little frogs that I've printed, they have eyeballs, and they did have an option to, instead of using the AMS, so therefore also like way less waste, I could just print the eyes separately and then glue them in, but I was like, nah. So yeah, but it's almost time to buy some more filament, I think. We're gonna try to get some more colors. Please stop at the truck scale ahead. Wait, what? I think we're just good. I think we just got out there faster. Anyway, there's, so like black and white have been staple colors that we've always gotten. We've got we got like a pastel pack recently. Okay, so we got black and white and dark green and dark blue when we first got them, because like those are mine and Azurite's favorite colors. And then the machine came with, I don't remember what type of filament it is, but it's basically like used for supports only and not for actually printing, but it just helps your supports come off easier. And then we got an orange and like a brighter green that came with the machine. And then since then we bought another black and white. And then we got a 4-pack of like pastel-y colors. So we got like a light blue, a like lemon yellow, maybe like a butter yellow, like a cherry blossom pink, and then it says mint green, but I would say it's like more of like a teal. So we have those ones. I think we're out of the green, like the light green that we go, oh my God. 5% for that, lame. Anyways, we're out of the light green and we're almost out of the orange. Like, I don't think I could print anything with the orange unless it was like the tiniest little detail on something. And we've gone through like a black and a white, and we're getting really close to the end of the black as well. So we'll get another black and white, but I'd really like to get more of like the primary colors. Like, I would love like a true yellow, not like the butter yellow. I'd also love to get another orange. I'd love to get a red, because we haven't had red yet. I really want a purple. And then like some browns, or like, no, okay, we're fine. Like some browns or some beiges, and like gray, you know, and like there's some like shifting. I'm sure you've seen like 3D prints that have like multiple colors in them, like a gradient or something. I think oftentimes, what did I run over somebody? Weird. I think oftentimes, like, especially with like the very variegated kind of look, I think things can look like super tacky. But there is also like a color shift one where I think it's got like one color on one side of the filament and one on the other, and so depending on how you look at it, it looks different, and I kind of like the idea of that more. So we'll see. But I also wouldn't mind getting like a super cutesy, like pastel variegated type vibe. Yes, we got Missoula, guys. That was the goal for this whole time. But like, honestly, like, I just wish I had a fairy frog mother that would just bring me all the filament and craft supplies. Oh my god, imagine like you just go, dear fairy frog mother, can you please send me a bunch of filament and embroidery floss and fabric to make things. Oh my god, yes. I have a PO box if anybody does want to be my fairy frog mother. I don't know if it's linked down below. It's definitely on my Twitch channel though, so there's that. But yeah, I just like, honestly though, like I have a PO box. I'll try to remember to link it at some point here. And like, I'm like, I just want people to like send me like postcards or something. Like, look at, send me one of these, they're cute. Or like a card, like or letters. I just want to hear from you. That's the main reason I got it. It's also nice for like a security standpoint, for not doxing, because as you guys know, we do not have it in the same location that we live in. We have to travel to get there. So yeah, but anyways, it exists. And it's nice because I can like send stuff from there. Oh, speaking of mail, also we're almost out of here. I sent something to a fellow streamer in South Africa. I tried to send her stuff like before I moved out of Canada, and it just never made it because I guess the postal company just shut down, and just that was it. But anyways, she's got a new. They're so lucky I didn't hit them. I'm so lucky I didn't hit them. She's got a new PO box and stuff, and that company's a lot better. But oh my god, it took like over a month to get to her, but it finally made it. But it was nice because I could send it from my PO box. Although, like, you know, I trust her to probably not get me. There's one person who has our house address because I was sending him stuff. I'm like, do you want me to send it to your PO box? Because I know you sent me stuff from your PO box before. Or do you want me to send it to your house, which I also have the address from? He's like, just send it from my house. Oh my god, a puppy. Just send it to my house because then I don't need to make the extra trip. And I was like, fair enough. But anyway, so then like I talked to Azurite, and he had said in the past that he was comfortable with this person having our house address and knowing where we lived, and so I gave him ours. So yeah, hey, that was excellent. We did great. We didn't crash. We only got like 5% damage, and we very minimal tickets. I think we got like a couple red light tickets at the beginning, but that was not bad. And we discovered Missoula. Let's go. If you like content like this where I just yabber away, definitely subscribe because I will yabber away more. If you ever have any suggestions of things you want me to talk about, put them down below. I can go off for quite a while when given the correct topic, like 3D printing. I think because I've been super into 3D printing again lately. I want to get back into sewing more soon, but we're not quite there yet. I don't have it, but I like 3D printed like a thing that looks like a Polaroid, but it's got a cross stitch grid on it. So cute. Love it. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.